Which guys that are currently unavailable, if you get two of them back and say, man, that would help, which two would you take?
I mean, I'd take Baker, would be number one. I just think the gap between him and Mullins, we said all the nice things about Mullins, but hasn't played this year. It's your starting quarterback. He would be the number one guy. And then after that, it's a tough one. Jadeveon Clowney, I think, is really important. He's been playing really well. And if you don't attack McKinley and Ifeadi Odenigbo, then Clowney becomes more important. So he would make my short list. And then, it's a tough one. Maybe Jedrick Wills. You're missing Jack Conklin. You want your left tackle out. He hasn't been great this year, but that's such an important position, and it frees up Blake Hance to do some other stuff. So I think those would be my top three guys.
What about Teller and I'd want one of those safeties, maybe John Johnson.
Yeah. No, I want Wills over Teller, and maybe that's not right, but the Raiders, their strength is the defensive ends, right? So you want your tackles, but I should have mentioned a safety, and I would go John Johnson the third if I had to pick one safety. But yeah, you're right; they need one of those safeties.
The other thing is when you look at what they potentially do defensively, it's got to be affected. Derek Carr's got to be licking his chops when he looks at some of the guys some of the pieces that are missing defensively there.
Yeah, I mean, the solution is you get a bunch of pressure, right? Which would have been easier if Jadeveon Clowney's plays. If not, there's a whole bunch of Myles Garrett, and they're going to triple team him. So somebody's got to play big, whether it's Malik Jackson, because Malik McDowell's on the list. Malik Jackson, whether it's Porter Gustin coming off the practice squad. Maybe they play Taki in a pass rusher role. They've done that in the past. But you need somebody to put some pressure on Derek Carr, because you're not going to be able to blitz a bunch of guys because you can't trust the back end, right? So it feels like a game where the pass rush needs to succeed. The problem is you're missing a bunch of guys in that regard.